decided to make a purchase, mainly dealing with the fact that I needed something that I could carry in the UK. For those that don't know me, my wife is actually from London, and every year we go back and obviously visit her family. And the other thing is, if you're not very acquainted with the UK, or for that matter, most of the EU laws in reference to weapons and or knives, you'll find that they're quite strict. For the most part, they regulate what blade length you can have. They state that you cannot have a locking blade, and there are some actual officers that will go as far as, if they see you use a knife, you have to explain why you're having to use it. As far as I'm concerned, for most people that especially grew up in the United States, these aren't major concerns. We use knives every day. I carry a knife with me every single day. And the ones I usually carry, obviously, are going to have a locking system. Most of the time I'm going to be using this primarily as a utilitarian style tool. But of course you usually do carry your knife with you for, protection sometimes, right? And for the most part, I think y'all know that I carry quite a few different things for my EDC. And obviously one of those being a knife. And the second thing is usually some kind of Leatherman tool. And that's mainly for light things like, your pliers and your screwdrivers and things of that nature. However, both of my Leatherman tools that I normally carry have a locking blade. And because of this, I can't carry that either in the UK. So what I decided was to basically get two new little items. And as you see right in front of you, first up is the Victorinox Cadet. And let's see, yeah. There we go. There's that one. And then I got, which everyone's pretty acquainted with, I bet, is the UK penknife from Spyderco. Now, the question might be, why did you decide to get these two tools? And it's quite simple. It's the quality. Yes, a little bit of the name brand, because I believe they basically carry that reputation of quality and good workmanship. I think everybody that's ever probably seen Nothing Fancy and several other guys out there, the Victorinox Cadet is a very well-known tool. Now, it's not going to have a ton of things going for it necessarily as far as the amount of tools that it has, but nonetheless, it can be useful. Case in point, supposedly this thing has 9 tools with it. Now, I say supposedly because they consider this right here a tool, a key ring, really. More than likely, you're not going to be putting keys on this. But what it does have that is very useful is a non-locking knife blade. And that knife blade, it's useful for basic tasks, as you can see here. It's a non-locking, means a slip joint style blade. It's made from a proprietary stainless steel. But, nonetheless, it's going to be fairly durable. It's going to be rust resistant. And as far as I know, most of the people that I've seen review these things that have used them on a regular basis say this thing just doesn't rust, period. Now, the other tools this has is going to be a nail file with nail cleaner, which, look, everybody has certain things that they do. I'm not huge on manicures or anything like that, but, I guess if there's a situation where it requires it, yeah, you got that tool available. The bigger concerns for me, obviously, are these two right here. Not necessarily do I need a can opener, but in the event that I do, it's available. It's more of the actual small flathead screwdriver tip. And then this one being the large flat screwdriver tip. And of course now, I think everyone knows now that I enjoy my beer. And while I'm over there, yes, I will definitely be using the bottle opener. So this is going to be a fairly useful tool. Does it have pliers? No. And unfortunately, that's just something I'm just going to be dealing with. I'm probably not going to do any major task while I'm over there. I will be doing a little work around my mother-in-law's house. But more than likely, there's a couple of tools that she'll have available for me to fulfill those tasks. This is for walking around London. And then the UK penknife, which by the way, is super lightweight. I mean, these handles obviously are FRN. They do have a definite grippy texture, so I don't think that's going to be an issue as far as holding on to it. The one thing that does kind of bug me is it's the saber grind. And when I was looking at purchasing this, I decided to go ahead and get this particular one because it was less expensive. I think I got this for approximately $43, $44, and that was shipped to me. So it's not a bad deal. It's made from CTS BD1 steel. I don't know if you can see that. You know, look, it's going to be a good steel. It's going to sharpen well. It's going to hold an edge. And for all the basic tasks that I'll be using it for, it's going to do a phenomenal job. It has a good wire clip, something that I can definitely put in my front pocket and not have to worry about it. Being it's so lightweight, it's not going to be anything major that I'm going to notice constantly. Both of these tools are under 2 ounces each. So, you know, walking around London, I probably shouldn't have any problem whatsoever walking in with these. You know, I'm going to have to get used to the slip joint, or what Spyderco calls the slip it style knives. Now, they were smart enough to put a finger tool here, and the reason that's nice is the fact that it gains you a little bit more control and a little bit more comfort overall using this for any, you know, major task, I should say. Well, I'm not going to say major task, any task, period. It allows you to do some detail work if need be. But it does have a notch where it goes, I guess, half in, so that way you don't capture your finger. And then, of course, it shuts tight. Same thing with these. You know, the blade, it's going to come in pretty easily. And, of course, these have the little fingernail nicks. That way it enables you to go ahead and get that back out again. So, listen, this is, you know, a couple of quick hits on 2 of the items that I'm going to be planning using while I'm over the UK. I thought you might find it a little bit interesting what you might want to use if you ever go traveling over that way. In my opinion, these are going to be 2 great items. I've carried them off and on for the past few days. Like I said, big points, lightweight, decent steel, and for the most part, I think they're just going to work, period. I wouldn't consider either one of these a tactical blade by any stretch of imagination, but if I was faced with having to defend myself, I would be, you know, definitely pulling these suckers out. So, listen, this is the Texas Leprechaun. If you have any questions, hit me on the comment section. I appreciate the like, and definitely subscribe. Talk to you later. Bye.